Hey, what's up? Brother Baston here. So today we are designing a character for the concept challenge that was going on this month, or last month actually, in March, on our Discord. But before we get into that, I just want to mention real quick, if you are a subscriber on Patreon, maybe you noticed that the billing was paused for the month of April. There was no charge this month. It's because I'm going to be really busy in the coming months with a couple freelance projects. Like after taking a break in February, I felt like I wanted to kind of make up for it, and I took on a lot of work, a lot of hours, and it's all starting to come together now. So my upload schedule is probably going to be all over the place in the coming months, and that's why the Patreon billing is paused. I will still try to upload as often as possible. Maybe try some different video formats or something. But since I'm not 100% sure of what's going to happen, I prefer to just pause it. But we will be back to the usual schedule and usual content eventually. Okay, so the theme, the prompt of this concept challenge, let me just read it to you. It was basically a part 2 of the School of Necromancy theme that we did a couple of months ago. With the school uniform design, and the second part was the new prompt. But I'll just read both, the whole thing, to refresh everyone's memory. So I'll quote, "A secretive and exclusive establishment, the Imperial School of Necromancy only invites the most gifted young students of magic to learn about the dark arts. Come study the fields of black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, and much more in an exquisite academic setting. At the top of the academic ladder sits the Chancellor of the school, who has spent their many lives working to pass on their vast necromantic knowledge to their students. Being one of the few necromancers to have fully transcended life and death, they are both revered and feared by the students. Design the Chancellor of the Imperial School of Necromancy." So, basically we went from designing the uniforms of the school to designing the Chancellor, the headmaster, headmistress. I don't know, like that role has different names in different places from what I understand, from what I gather. But basically it's the president of the school, like the person at the top, the boss teacher above all other teachers, above all the other faculty members. So when I started picturing this character in my mind, the first thing that I wanted to convey was like discipline. Like a strict looking character, someone the students wouldn't want to mess with. Someone who inspires respect. And since we're talking about necromancers, and someone who has died and resurrected many times over, like it says in the prompt, he would look pretty old, I assume. So old, strict looking, very mystical, and also some of that academic look, like very high up on the academic ladder. So those are the key points that I wanted my version to focus on. So for the discipline aspect, I think the easiest way to convey that is with the pose. With the facial expression, of course, you can convey it as well. Like having a very controlled and like very composed look on his face does help a lot. But I was trying to imagine how this sort of this ageless character, this ageless Chancellor would stand. Like that's going to define a lot of the personality of the character. And with the whole academia aspect, if he's the most knowledgeable necromancer ever, I thought that first of all he needs to be looking at a book, like some kind of spell book. But I think the placement of his other hand actually helped even more in giving him that strict look. And I just put it behind his back, like almost like some kind of like martial pose, like a martial stance. Like he does not let his arms just flop around. He stands very straight, very proud, and like just through this very simple pose, you can show that he sort of like he commands respect. And for the book that he's holding, I had this idea. I don't know if the way that I drew it conveys it very well, but I was imagining this necromancer so powerful that when he reads a book of spells, he doesn't just read it, he pretty much consumes it with his mind. Like the actual physical book gets turned into this necromantic energy. Like the pages fly out and get absorbed. So I tried to draw that, but it's a pretty tough idea to convey clearly. And I was also thinking, if he has died and resurrected so many times, maybe it has maybe it's taken a toll on his body, and he needs to be submerged in this necromantic energy that he absorbs at all times. Like maybe there's a limit to the number of times that you can resurrect, and he's getting pretty close to that limit. So he has built himself this this helmet, this sort of bubble to maintain himself. Like I was thinking of something similar to vampires, like how in some versions of vampires they need to rest in the soil of their native land to regain strength. So maybe this is something similar, but he just needs it all the time after he went a bit too far with his experiment with testing the limits of necromancy. For the outfit, I just tried to make it look kind of like academic again. So white shirt, black tie, something that looks like a vest on the top part of the body, but then it just extends into this long robe. But yeah, academic stuff, and then some more ornamental, like regal looking stuff on top, with these golden pauldrons, some kind of mantle with like patterns and stuff cut into it, like very ceremonial looking, just to remind everyone of his rank in the school, I guess. At the very end, the last thing that I drew before coloring was this this necklace thing, with a bunch of teeth looking things and like a pendant with some shapes on it, like mystical looking shapes. And I actually should have added more of that stuff, like trinkets and charms and like some magical looking artifacts and stuff. I think it would have helped make him look even more experienced, as if he had all these artifacts, these powerful artifacts collected through his many lives. And it would be a nice contrast with the very strict academic look, like having some little things made of bones maybe, or like other body parts, like preserved body parts or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my take on the Chancellor of the Imperial School of Necromancy. So now let's take a look at what other people on the Discord designed based on the same concept. And first we have this character by Earthbow, and they actually came up with a whole backstory that I thought was very good, about a soldier being wounded and having to constantly heal himself with magic to stay alive. Basically becoming a necromancer in the process. But the secret motivation of that soldier in starting the school is to get his students to fight the lich that wounded him in the first place. So interesting backstory. And you can see in the design the wounds, the flesh that is coming off of some parts of his body, the bandages that seem to be keeping the body together. That mask I thought was a cool design as well. So yeah, good stuff. Next we have this one by Colby, almost like a more demonic interpretation with those horns, all the bones and stuff floating around her. Like it definitely conveys the idea of a very powerful character, like almost out of control powerful and like more chaotic. Like this wouldn't be the type of chancellor that you would find in an office or something. Like she looks like she's very much outside of the whole academic setting. Next we have this design by Jovial Artist. The backstory is that this girl became a necromancer, became immortal at a very young age, and because of that her body just got stuck at that age. Kind of like you have some interpretations of vampires that work that way as well. Like they don't age anymore once they get bit. But I thought the idea of this animated headless corpse being used as a way for her to move around, I thought that was really interesting. Like if you have the power to animate dead bodies, I guess this is one way to use them. And finally, we have this character by Duke. And there's just a bunch of really interesting little design elements in this one. The transparency that shows the skeleton under the clothing. It kind of makes you wonder what exactly is going on with her body, since she's clearly not fully made of flesh anymore. The gold accents, they look really nice with some skull patterns and stuff. Those golden ribs over the green parts. Some nice patterns on the legs as well. Just like it's the type of design with interesting things going on wherever you look. It's just really nice. But yeah, that's it for this theme. There were a bunch more entries. You should check them out on the Discord if you're interested. Just really good stuff, and thanks to everyone who entered. I don't know exactly when the next theme will go up, but when it does, it will be the pinned message in the Concept Challenge channel of the Discord that is linked in the description below. So check that out if you're interested, as well as all of the other links down there. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you would like to support this channel and help me make more videos, check out this Patreon link on screen right now or in the description below, where you can get all of my PSD files as well as real-time versions of all my videos.